Okay, how can I help you?
I was given this number to call and said you wanted to talk.
Yes, you are Sergeant Gordon from the State Department, no, State Patrol in DeForest, you said?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes, earlier today I was going home and I just got done going to the park, the Dane County Park, and I can't, for the life of me, I can't remember. But I just came home from there. I was driving downtown, and I normally have no problems driving downtown, even normally. And today there were a few people who seen me in driving or knew I was coming down the road and decided to have a few problems with me. But I ignored them as much as I could, kept driving. I got to an intersection, and the state, the officer that I called you to talk about was directing, controlling traffic. She decided to. She let everybody pass. Then she told me to drive forward. When she told me to drive forward, she was in the lane that I was supposed to drive forward in. I chose not to drive forward because I knew if I did, my vehicle would hit her. She kept telling me to drive forward. I then said no. I think I yelled out no. You were in the lane of traffic, and she at some point started to walk towards my car, and she asked me what direction did I want to go in. I told her I wanted to go straight. She said, "You could have gone straight." I told her that was not possible. You were directly in front of my vehicle, and if I tried to drive around you, I would have driven into the traffic that was coming in the opposite direction. So I told her that. She ignored me, and she told me I was now blocking traffic, and I have to drive forward. But the point is, the officer gave me bad instructions, and I think she did so purposefully. I honestly believe she stood in front of my car and told me to drive forward, as if I would be stupid to do so when she was directly in front of my car.
So you're trying to tell me that she wanted you to hit her?
I believe so. Nobody, unless she was completely...
There's some confusion there, because I can guarantee you she didn't want you to hit her with your car.
All right, I posted a dash cam on YouTube of your officer standing directly in front of my car and motioning.
I'm not saying you're right or not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying there was just some confusion on which way she thought you were going to go or something like that. But I can guarantee you she wasn't just saying, "Hey, hit me with your car." It was. I think there was some confusion there. I've worked down there at them Badger games a lot, and there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people going in a lot of different directions. And I've stood out there in the road.
Yeah.
And I've told people to go ahead. And I want them to go one way, but they want to go the other, but they can't go that way.
Yeah.
And it gets confusing at times.
All right.
And that's I can guarantee you, there is no police officer out there that's going to say, "Keep coming and hit me with your car, please."
I know. I grew up believing that I didn't have the internet growing up, so I never heard of a bad police officer in my life for like 20 years, 25 years. And then I learned that there are some officers who do things they're not supposed to do. I just started learning that over like a year, maybe 2 years.
I know. I've been a police officer for 20 years, and I know that it's human. There's bad police officers out there. There's bad lawyers out there. There's bad construction workers out there.
I agree.
That's human, but you can't say this person's a bad officer over one particular incident where I can guarantee it was some confusion.
Okay.
I could see, okay, she's a bad officer if she walked up and broke your windshield or something like that for no reason, or dragged you out of the car and put you in handcuffs. Was she rude to you anyway? Did she swear at you? Did she yell at you for absolutely no reason? Give you traffic tickets that weren't warranted?
No.
Or was it just the fact she was saying, go, go, go? You wanted to go one way. She probably thought you wanted to go the other.
No.
And then traffic got backed up. Because believe me, I've worked down there at that intersection. I can guarantee I know exactly what intersection you're in. Right off of Camp Randall right there.
Yeah.
And I've had these conversations with multiple people where you can't make a left turn right now because we got the road closed down or something like that. And I can guarantee you there's probably a couple of people out there that say, wow, that guy was an idiot. He was standing right in the middle of the road telling me to go straight. But I didn't know that they wanted to go left. I didn't know they wanted to go straight, so I was standing there.
Yeah.
I had to wait for a little while, and then they got to turn.
Okay. No, I believe that's normal. What you just said is normal.
I can guarantee. I know everybody that was down there working in that Badger game today.
Yeah.
And if you sit here and try and tell me that that person's a bad officer because of some traffic direction, I will forward you to the lieutenant's number. You can talk to him, but I will not talk to you anymore about this.
Okay. I'm not describing the officer to you anymore. I don't think that's important. It's bad to label people before you make somebody official makes a decision. So I apologize if I said the words bad officer. What I meant to tell you is that I was in the traffic lane. The officer directed me to drive forward. It doesn't matter what direction I was going in. She told me to drive forward, and she stood directly in front of the vehicle I was in. She wasn't off to the side. She said she was not in the way. But if you watch the dash cam video, the woman is standing directly in front of the car. And I cannot drive around her. If I did drive around her, I would have hit a vehicle, so I decided not to move. Because I couldn't.
Okay, and that's fine. If you didn't feel you could safely move, that's fine. You didn't do anything illegal. Nobody got hit. No cars were wrecked or anything like that.
Yes.
It is what it is.
No,
no. It's the nature of the way it goes. No harm, no foul. Nobody was hurt. What would you like me to do with this?
I guess I'm asking, for I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the intelligence you have to deal with any situation like this. I'm not you. But I do feel like that was wrong, and I don't think it was you shouldn't do that. You should not direct traffic if you can't tell that you're instructing someone to do something they can't do. It's like a psychology test. Will you do something you can't do? And I think your police officer is very smart. I think she's incredibly intelligent, and I think people play games like they're not police officers while they're wearing police clothes. And I think she did something unprofessional. I think she was playing games, and it's hurtful.
I can guarantee you, after sitting down there for 12 hours and directing traffic and doing all that stuff at Camp Randall Stadium, which I've done dozens of times, there's nobody down there directing traffic that wants to play a game. All they want to do is get traffic moving through there and go home on a Saturday.
Okay.
I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you it was just a little bit of confusion that you're digging way too deep into, sir. Way too deep.
I know.
It happens. It happens.
Okay.
People get confused with all that traffic and stuff down there. Honestly, don't judge this one situation on the entirety of any policing off of this person, off of me, off of anybody else. It's just a simple mistake. No harm, no foul, nobody was hurt. And I'll ask you again, what would you like me to do with this?
I honestly don't know. I just told you, I just wanted to...
Because I can guarantee you she wasn't playing games with you.
Okay.
There was some confusion between the both of you. That's all that it comes down to. I can guarantee you that.
Okay. All right. Well, I sincerely appreciate all the the phone call. I know it's a lot of time that you have that you may not have to answer calls, but I appreciate it. I like you. I appreciate your opinion and or where you're standing, where you're coming from. I usually don't complain. I don't. It takes a lot of energy, so I don't try to complain. I try to just keep it moving. But I really thought this was inappropriate, so that's why I gave a call. Or
like
that's
I
it.
said, a little bit of confusion, and I'm candid with things. I'm gonna be candid with things, and that's exactly, I told you exactly what went on there, and I can guarantee you that's exactly what went on. Is some confusion between the two of you.
Okay.
And honestly, I mean, do whatever you do. It's a free country, but putting a YouTube video up bashing somebody, that's like I said, people are human. Would you like it if somebody did that?
If I did something, if I did something to somebody that was inappropriate, I would expect them to tell.
Are you sure? Are you sure it was inappropriate, or was it, like I said, or some confusion between the two? Like I said, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just speaking to the human now.
Yeah, but that's a police officer. She's responsible, and if she will make responsible decisions at all times. So I don't fear.
That's what we strive for. So
yes, no, and like I said
again, what would you like me to do with this here? Because this phone call's been going on for quite a while here.
Yeah, it's about 12 minutes. About 12 minutes. I'm gonna leave the YouTube video up for the public to choose. I understand.
That's completely up to you. I'm not asking you to take it down. I'm just talking to you as a human. It's just the way it is.
I believe in the. I think it's appropriate to tell. I don't ever fear telling. And I leave it to the public to make decisions. I think that's the only way you can get a good idea of right and wrong. And
I'm not telling you either way, one way or the other with the video. I'm just saying, don't judge somebody off of something so trivial as that.
Yeah.
That's all. Not even with the video. That's what I'm referring to with the video is don't trivialize things and judge police officers over one thing. If somebody does something egregiously bad, or there's something egregious, something illegal, do whatever, I'm right there with you. I'm not covering for anybody. I'm not lying for anybody. You reap what you sow. You do something egregious. You do something horrible as a human being, especially as a police officer where you're entrusted with the power that police have.
Yes.
You can take your medicine, get bashed by the public. You can get thrown in jail, get fired. I really don't care if you do something egregiously bad.
Yes.
But if a couple of people make a simple mistake off of some confusion, that's not a way to judge somebody. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't lose sleep over it, and don't let your Saturday night get ruined.
Yes.
Or don't take any time out of your life to worry about something or to think about something like that. Just move on with it, and
yes.
Just be like, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the way I do it.
All right.
Don't dwell on that kind of stuff. Okay, bud?
Oh, it's just John. But yes, I understand what you're saying. I appreciate your comments. It does actually sensibly, that makes sense to me. That's normally how I operate. But I know people are smart. That's all I'm saying. People are very smart, and they can do lots of things. And I don't question people's intelligence. I know everybody is smart. They're as capable as anybody else, and I don't doubt people. So I decided I don't know, man. I just wanted an opinion, I guess your opinion, and I thank you for it. And I also asked for the opinion of the public, and I appreciate both. So I'm just gonna keep. I think people are smart, and I'm not gonna shy from telling, because I really do. I don't question people, and I just tell the public, and they decide for themselves.
All right, sounds good, my friend. There.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, I appreciate your time.
Okay?
Yep, I really do. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Yep.